I never thought the day would come when my own son would send me a message telling me not to come to his house anymore. Not a phone call, not even a conversation. Just a short message on my screen. "Mom, please don't come here again. We want peace." I kept staring at those words, hoping they would somehow change, but they didn't. And in that moment, I realized something painful. Sometimes the people you give your whole life to are the same people who quietly close the door on you. I raised my son alone. His father left when he was only 3, and from that day on, it was just the 2 of us against the world. I worked 2 jobs, skipped meals, wore the same old clothes for years, so he could have new ones for school. When he was sick, I stayed awake all night beside his bed. When he was sad, I smiled, even if my own heart was breaking. Every dream I had, I slowly replaced with his dreams, because that's what mothers do. We don't count the cost, we just love. Years passed, he grew up, got married, and started a new life. At first I was happy. I thought, now my family is growing, but little by little, things began to change. My calls became interruptions. My visits became too frequent. My advice became interference. I told myself, it's normal. He's busy. He has responsibilities. So I stayed quiet, because love sometimes chooses silence just to keep peace. One evening, I cooked his favorite food and took a bus across the city to surprise him. I stood outside his door, holding the warm container in my hands, with a small smile on my face, but no one opened the door. Instead, my phone vibrated. It was a message from him. "Mom, please don't come without telling us. And honestly, it's better if you don't come anymore. We want peace." The food in my hands suddenly felt very heavy, not because of its weight, but because of the truth inside those words. I walked back to the bus stop alone, trying not to cry in public, because even heartbreak has to stay polite in old age. That night, my house felt quieter than ever before. I looked at his childhood photos on the wall, his first school uniform, his birthday cake, the way he used to hold my hand so tightly, and I kept asking myself one question: where did I go wrong? But deep inside, I knew the answer. Love doesn't fail because it is weak. Sometimes it fails because it gives too much and expects nothing in return. The next morning, I wiped my tears, made myself a cup of tea, and looked at the mirror. For the first time in years, I didn't see just a mother. I saw a woman who had survived pain, sacrifice, and loneliness, and was still standing. And I understood something important. My life could not end just because someone closed the door. So instead of waiting for his message, I started living again. I joined a small community center, made new friends, started smiling, slowly, honestly. And for the first time in many years, I felt peace too. Maybe one day, my son will remember my sacrifices. Maybe one day, he will knock on my door with regret in his eyes. And if that day comes, I will open the door. Not because I forgot the pain, but because a mother's heart never truly closes. But until then, I have learned something precious. Never build your whole world inside someone else's house, because when they ask you to leave, you must still have a place called yourself. Outro for YouTube. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more emotional stories, because sometimes a simple story